Final Fantasy XVI is a very different monster when it comes to the Final Fantasy franchise. If you're concerned about picking up Final Fantasy XVI because of the shift in combat style, this video is meant to showcase what options you will have. Whether or not the current combat system feels like a Final Fantasy, well, that's left up to the eye of the beholder. But what we can all objectively agree on is that the combat in this game is vastly different from the combat in most of its predecessors. Final Fantasy games typically do not require fast reflexes for combat. And while there is no turn-based option, there is a high degree of accessibility and customization available to you if you know where to look. Difficulty settings are a part of accessibility. And we're going to cover everything in this demo, and probably we'll move over to the game. That is an option. I'm Solace, this is Solace and Dread. We produce reaction videos as well as analytical content primarily focused on Square Enix, Nintendo, and Capcom publications. First things first, let's talk about the difficulty settings. When you start the game, you can choose between a story-focused mode and an action-focused mode. The main difference between the action-focused and the story-focused modes are that enemies are more difficult in the action mode, and you start with 2 timely accessories equipped already in the story mode. You don't miss out on those in action mode, but they aren't automatically equipped. You have to go in and do it yourself. On the story-focused mode, they do a little bit less damage, and the enemies are a little bit less aggressive, and the AI tends to be a little bit more helpful. This is one of the first fights in the game. When playing the exact same fight on action mode, they killed me and my AI companions were nowhere to be seen. Next, we're going to be talking about the 5 rings that you can equip that make the game a little bit easier if you need it. The Ring of Timely Assistance. So this ring allows for Torgal to automatically do commands while he is with you. So he has a command to attack and heal and that sort of thing. You won't have to worry about sending him on your own if you use the Ring of Timely Assistance. Next, there's the Ring of Timely Focus. So this ring slows down time as an attack is coming towards you so you can evade the attack. Ring of Timely Strikes allows you to automatically connect or combo just by pressing one button. So I'm not having to push any buttons. I'm not having to switch around my which iconic ability I'm using. I'm just pushing square and it's doing all of the combos for me. Now, the Ring of Timely Evasion is different from the Ring of Timely Focus. The Ring of Timely Evasion automatically dodges dodgeable attacks. You don't have to worry about pressing a button anymore. It actually nulls out the Ring of Timely Focus, so there's no need to ever equip the Ring of Timely Focus and the Ring of Evasion at the same time. Now, the Ring of Timely Healing will automatically heal you once your HP is below a certain threshold using your consumable items. It does prioritize potions before high potions. It's worth mentioning that you cannot switch your rings during combat, and you will have to either prepare or get out of combat in order to switch your rings. It does make the game a little bit easier if you need it. Now, just so you know, this is actually a deliberate design choice from Yoshi P himself. In an interview that he did with GameSpot, he talked about this. I have the interview on screen, but the gist here is he talks about difficulty settings and gamer pride that he had, and specifically notes that he doesn't like it when you die in video games and the game asks you if you would like to turn down the difficulty settings. He feels that this is an insult to players, and honestly, I've kind of felt that way myself. But as a point of pride, I never turn down the difficulty and I just get good. He didn't even want players to come across this conundrum, so he designed it in a way where if you want to go change your accessibility, you absolutely can in both your equipable items as well as the settings in the game, because you can swap back and forth between the story and action mode freely. This is also why you can't change your difficulty mode from a game over screen, because he thinks that that is an insult. He feels that we're intelligent enough to discern these things on our own. Next, we're going to cover the game's options, and some of them tend to make the game a little bit more user-friendly. We're going to start with audio, and I can't say this enough, But how is it in 2023 we are paying $70 for games that do not have the ability to turn down the background music, the game volume, and the character dialogue? The fact that we're paying $70 for games in 2023 and it doesn't have this as the standard is fucking wild. Big shout out to Louis Matos 4826 for confirming that for me. Anyway, be sure to adjust the volumes if you need to be able to focus on the dialogue. Next, there's the dialogue names. Now this is definitely less accessibility and more convenience, but personally I find it helpful. I think that having the names of these characters who are speaking would definitely be a boon to you. Honestly, I don't know why this wasn't the standard. Big shout out to Nuka Marius for the tip. While we're here, let's go over the more traditional accessibility settings. An NPC chat log to display potentially missed messages. Hearing impaired subtitles. These add action context to the existing subtitles. A subtitle background changer for ease of use and reading. And of course, you can turn on or off the subtitles, and if you need to, you can increase or decrease their font size. Another feature that they have is visual alerts. So you can enable an on-screen alert that provides visual representation of in-game sounds. Anything that I would need to hear, it shows up on the sides of the screens as waveforms. I have someone coming to attack me and I'm able to adjust at a moment's notice. I hope this showcase in accessibility options was helpful. This entire video was inspired by a tweet. This is my friend 8BitD. She's the biggest Final Fantasy nerd I know. It just made me think about my friends who might have accessibility needs as well as anyone out there, and I figured that this information would be helpful. If you did find it helpful or informative in any way, please consider giving the video a like. It really helps us, and we're so close to YouTube partner, I can taste it. We do have memberships now. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon, and long live the Turtle Kingdom. Follow us on Twitter. Oh my God, please.